Hey everybody, so I just came back from Allegheny National Forest over this weekend. Wanted to just throw something up at the beginning of the video here. Trip started off with a one-night backpacking trip on Minister Creek, and into the first night my camera kind of took a little bit of a dive. It was just turning itself off and then coming back on again, and we'll just keep going and going until I pulled the battery out. I would need to leave the battery out for a few hours, then it would come back, kind of work again and kind of not. So I wasn't nearly able to get as much footage as I would on my normal videos. So the rest of the trip here kind of turned into a more of a highlight reel than an actual video itself. So I just thought I would address that real quick. And then the last night of the trip, spent a couple days in Cook Forest, a day in Presque Isle. I was supposed to finish the trip with a one-night backpacking trip around the Rimrock Trail by the Allegheny Reservoir. When I left for the trip, it was they were calling for low 40s overnight, which was fine. And but a couple of days into the trip, the forecast changed to mid to high 20s, which was a little bit colder than what I was actually prepared for. So I just kind of wound up seeing some sights. Went up to the Allegheny Reservoir, took some pictures and some video, or what I could at least. Excuse me, and then went up to the Kinzua Bridge for a couple of hours and got what I could over there. So my apologies for not being able to put up a full video. The camera did get sent in and still covered under warranty. I think it's less than 6 or 8 months old now, so they should be able to fix it for me for free or replace it, whichever they decide. So I'm just putting up what I can. I'm sorry it turned into more of a highlight reel, but I hope you guys do enjoy what's there. Thanks for listening up, guys, and I'll be seeing you soon enough. Hey everybody, so I'm out here in Cook Forest State Park. Rented a spot here in the Indian cabin section. Really nice spot. I was here last year. I was originally supposed to do a 42-mile backpacking trail through Black Michon, and then broke my toe the week before and wound up here. So this year I decided I wanted to be able to hike a little bit more. I really enjoyed this area and wanted to get back here to explore the Cathedral Forest. So just by the way things work out, we got a bunch of rain today. Got a little break in the rain right now. So I think we're going to take a little walk behind the cabins. They got a nice walking path back there with some pretty cool suspension bridges that go over the creek. So we're going to go see those. Tomorrow, I'm due to see an old friend of mine up in the Erie, Pennsylvania area. So I'm going to go up to Presque Isle. I'm going to have lunch with my buddy, and then I'm going to go up to Presque Isle and explore that place a little bit. And then I'm going to come back here tomorrow night, spend the night. Thursday, I'm due to clear out, so I'll just clear out of the cabin early, and then hike through the Cathedral Forest and take you guys with me on my way. All right, guys, without further ado, while it's not raining at the moment, I'm going to take you all through those little walking trails behind. I got to shut the camera off for a few minutes just because there's some people in the cabins over here. I don't want to freak them out as I'm talking to my camera on the way through. I'll see you in a couple minutes, guys. out for more adventures today. We're up at Presque Isle State Park, which is, Presque Isle is a peninsula up here on Lake Erie. Just jumped onto the sidewalk trail, supposed to take us to a lighthouse up here, so should be a interesting little, more of a walk than a hike. I think most of these trails out here are pretty flat. But I'm looking forward to being out here. Came up here to Erie, wanted to see Presque Isle, and also going to visit, I'm going to have some lunch later with an old friend of mine. So exciting, should be a good time, and gives me a few hours up here in the park to see some of the sights, explore some of these trails. All right, guys, I'll see you a little further down. Hopefully this is as beautiful as they've made it out to be. I'll talk to you soon. All right, so it looks like we made it at least in one direction anyways. This is the Presque Isle Lighthouse. It's a little bit of some information boards here that I'm sure I'm going to stop and read a little bit later. Pretty nice, really pretty. I just kind of showed up to this one, so we're going to see what information we can get over here. And it looks like we got some shoreline over here for Lake Erie, so we're going to visit that as long as we're here too. Open from Monday through Friday, 10 to 3. I don't think it's quite 10 o'clock yet. All right. Well, let me take a little walk around here, see what information I can find. All right, everybody, this about does it for Presque Isle for the day. I am going to meet my buddy out for lunch. I'm glad you guys could join me to at least see these beautiful views out here, and I'll be talking to you guys soon. All right. Hey guys, so I'm up here still in Allegheny National Forest, in transit from seeing once. Came from Cook Forest, and on my way out to Kinzua area, and thought I would stop here just to take some. I'd be remiss if I didn't. This is the Kinzua Dam here along the Allegheny River. Thought I would get a few shots of this. Pretty amazing out here. Looks like I could take a little walk at least a few feet down on the top of the dam, and as long as I'm able to do so, I'll be sure to get some shots over there. All right, guys. We're moving along a little bit. I got places to be and a lot of driving yet ahead, so Alright, so here we are. We're out on the bridge. Absolutely beautiful from up here, looking over the valley. It's a little scary walking over the middle. You can see down underneath you. Absolutely beautiful. Alright everybody, well that's the end of the line. I'm on my way out of Kinzua Bridge State Park. Been an interesting trip. I'm a little disappointed in the weather. Getting down in the mid-20s tonight, just too much for a backpacking trip for me. The camera's been giving me a lot of grief this trip too. I get about 15 minutes out of this camera and then it starts shutting off and turning back on again. I got to send it into the company to have it repaired. So guys, it's been a good trip nonetheless. I'll be talking to y'all soon.